In Avalonia, a land surrounded by an endless wall of mountains, Jaeger Clade, the manliest of guys, and his iron-willed son, Searcher, are adventurers who brave the wilderness on a discovery to change their home, Avalonia. On their adventure, Jaeger, Searcher, and a team of adventurers pass through an ice cave, where Searcher discovers some glowing plants with power surging through them. He shows the plant to the rest and suggests they head back home with it, but his father insists that their future lies beyond the horizon and not with some sparkly plants. The rest of the team also think that the plants are enough of a life-changing discovery, but Jaeger hands them a compass for their way back home and continues on the adventure alone. 25 years later, Searcher is all grown up, and his discovery of the magical plant, dubbed Pando, has created a source of energy for Avalonia. Searcher is also married to his wife Meridian, and they have a son called Ethan and a dog named Legend. The family are also Pando farmers who supply their plants to help feed the Avalonia power system. However, that night, Callisto Mal, the president of Avalonia and one of Jaeger's former expedition teammates, shows up in her airship, the Venture, and informs the Clades that Pando is losing its power to an infection, and she asks Searcher to join her and help find the cause. Searcher then gets his stuff and boards the Venture, where he joins an expedition team which plans to travel into a giant, mysterious sinkhole, where the roots of Pando have been located to stop whatever is harming the plant. As the airship enters the sinkhole, Meridian follows them in while looking for her son, who she believes snuck into the Venture, and there they find him and Legend. However, they are attacked by large, flying creatures, causing them to escape into another red-colored realm, with mysterious creatures where their large ship crash lands, while Searcher and Legend are separated from the group. In the strange world, they see all kinds of beautiful creatures, and one of them attacks, but luckily they are saved by Searcher's father, Jaeger, who had entered the world a while ago. The remaining team tries to repair their ship, which Callisto plans to use to find Searcher, while Jaeger also sets to find the airship. Ethan also sneaks away from the Venture to find his father and passes through a cave where he meets a blue creature which he befriends. Meanwhile, Jaeger explains to Searcher about the subterranean labyrinth where everything is alive and how he got there. After their separation, Jaeger spent months battling the weather to get to the other side of the mountain, but then decided to search for a brand new path, leading him to find the strange world where he battled through hostile creatures to get through. However, his tracks were stopped when he met the ferocious Burning Sea, which has its acidic water that burns flesh, and now he hopes to use that flying machine of theirs to fly over the sea and cross into the other side of the mountain. Ethan continues his journey with his newfound blue friend, Splat, while Jaeger, Searcher, and Legend set to find the airship. Splat grabs one of the Pando pods, which burns him, and Ethan helps him relieve the pain. Just then they are attacked by giant creatures which hate their presence around, but luckily he is also saved by his heroic grandpa, Jaeger, who wields a flamethrower, and they jump onto some floating, wobbly creatures to escape. Meridian then comes to their rescue with a small ship which carries the lot, and they're all reunited. Jaeger meets his daughter-in-law, Meridian, and the other expedition team, who all celebrate him. Later, Searcher insists on continuing with the mission to save Pando, but Jaeger still wants to journey across the acidic sea and to the ends of the mountains, and so Callisto suggests they do one thing and then the next. During this time, Searcher and Jaeger have a quarrel, but Ethan stops their tempers with a card game, while also getting annoyed by their differing but absurd life views. To get to the heart of the Pando, they travel over the acidic lake, while also fending off attacks from the giant squids by using the Pando pods, which is hostile to the creatures. Amidst the attack, Jaeger teaches Searcher how to throw the balls, actually learning something useful from him, and they later drink to it as they talk about Searcher's reasons for choosing to stay and become a farmer at home, as they finally get along. Jaeger understands Searcher's choice, and he also explains that he didn't come back home because he is stuck chasing after the horizon, since apart from his family, exploring is all he values in life. They finally encounter the root cluster of where the Pando is, where they watch as it is being attacked by the Reaper creatures, and believing that the Pando is fighting back for its life, they decide to try and help it. Searcher and Jaeger have another argument over Jaeger's influence on Ethan that ends with Ethan angrily leaving. Searcher follows him aboard a small flying vehicle, but as they are talking, they realize that they've passed through the mountains to the ocean outside, where they see the eye of a giant turtle-like creature emerging from the mountain. The two then realize that Avalonia actually rests on the creature's back, and all this time they have been traveling inside its body, meaning that Pando is an illness that is slowly killing its heart, while the Reaper creatures are actually its body's immune system. They then head back to inform the expedition team that Pando is actually the problem that must be destroyed, but Callisto has them locked up to prevent them from stopping the mission, while Jaeger furiously sails off to the outside to see for himself. Luckily, Legend and Splat release the family. To stop the Pando from killing the creature, Searcher and Ethan head to its heart to clear a path for the Reapers, while Meridian takes over the ship and convinces Callisto to help. Ethan and Splat then round up the creatures while Searcher attempts to dig a hole through the Pando, but finding it hopeless. However, Jaeger has a change of heart, and he returns to help the team, and with his help they break through the Pando while Ethan brings the numerous creatures. The creatures then destroy the Pando, and the heart springs back to life, saving the land, but losing the Pando power source through an altogether joyous moment for them. The creatures also spring back to life as the heart starts beating, and having finished their job, the expedition team bids farewell to Splat. Before heading home, Searcher shows everyone the giant turtle, while Jaeger finally gets to meet the other side of the mountain, which he had longed for his whole life, and he embraces them all in the delightful moment. 1 year later, Jaeger visits his ex-wife, who had remarried while the rest collect resources from the strange world. Avalonia has shifted from Pando energy to wind turbines now, using their farms to grow fruits, and Jaeger and Searcher enjoy collecting the fruits and playing around in their farm, bringing the exciting film to an end. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. I'll be back with another interesting movie recap. Until then, take care.